Have you ever wondered how long it takes from somebody first visiting your e-commerce store to actually purchasing? It's always really perplexed me because it's different for every different type of brand, and everybody sort of seems to put out there that it's 7 days or something like that. But do you want to actually know? Well, in this video, I'm going to show you how you can find that out from real data from your e-commerce store. So let's get started. First thing you're going to need to do is you're going to need to fire up Google Analytics 4. Now, you might be thinking, I know Google Analytics, but is it 4? It's basically just the latest version that Google forced everybody to go on to. So it's most likely what you've got. So log into Google Analytics 4, and then all you're going to do is you're going to go to Advertising, and then you're going to go under Attribution, and you go to Attribution Paths. Under Attribution Paths, what you're going to see is, to be honest, quite confusing at first, Report. But what we're most interested in is this number here. So what this means is, this is the amount of days it has taken before somebody has seen an advert and then purchased. So for this particular business, it's 5.5, let's call it. That'll tell you. Now, there's a couple of caveats here. So first of all, this is a Google product and Google sells advertising. So it's actually how long it's been since they've seen an advert until they actually buy. So if somebody hasn't seen an advert and purchased, for example, this path here is none. I'll explain these in a second. That basically just means that people come directly to the website. So the amount of days is 0. Okay, so it doesn't give you the entire picture. It's basically just helping them understand your advertising and the impact that it has. So let's break this report down a little bit further. So first of all, let's look at this. So I've got this set to medium. Okay, now the medium means the type of advertising. So for example, CPC is cost per click. So that's Google Ads. None means that people have come directly. Again, CPC referral. So this is when there's been a Google ad and then somebody clicked on a link from another website and come to you. Let's look at a couple of other examples here. So organic, so that's just an organic listing. So essentially an SEO result. And then you can see here, these are multiple different paths. Now we can select different ways to group this information. So for example, we could actually say the source. Now the source would be, for CPC, would then be Google, for example, as it will show up here. Okay, or we can see there's a bit of an issue here because it's saying PayPal, but that's fine. Or that's come from Commission Factory, so an affiliate, for example. The other things to note as well is what it's doing is it's days to key event. So key event is something that has just been renamed in 2024 in Google Analytics that is basically what's a conversion. So depending on how your Google Analytics account is set up, really you only want to be showing purchases. So the way that you do that, you go to key events here, and you should have a list of conversions that you want. So purchase, add to cart, begin checkout, etc. So I've only got purchase, so make sure you've got that selected. Also, make sure that your date range up here is quite lengthy. Don't just do it for the last week. It will give you a bit more insight there. So pick a good 6 months or something. I've got 8 here. Other thing that's worth noting, I'm just going to put this back to medium as well because that's kind of my preferred way of looking at this report, is that although it says 5.5, that's just the average. Okay. Now, what I can actually do is we can flip it on its head and go, what's the longest that's taken by some of these individual paths? So we can see here, this is 89 days, and that they had 13 organic visits, they clicked on an ad, and then they had another 2 organic visits. So these are all different variations. So it can actually be a lot longer. However, having looked across multiple accounts, most of them are at 90 days. So my suspicion is that it only tracks up to 90 days. So just because the average is 0.54 doesn't mean that that is absolutely everybody. So you've got quite a big window. This is one of the best reports that I've found to answer that question. So go have a look in your own Google Analytics 4 account.